Hi guys, welcome. Scatlink here, and we are off for celebrating 1.5k subscribers. We're halfway there to our second proper milestone, but I thought, you know what, we might as well have something in the middle, since it was a bit of a climb to get this far. So I was just trying to think of what I could actually do to celebrate this milestone, and I've actually had an idea for something quite special, a little bit that's a bit unusual for a gaming channel, considering it's all about games, but we're missing one completely different thing about games. So I thought that would be pretty cool to announce during this. Just don't know when it's actually going to take off. It was just kind of an idea that me and my friends cobbled together. Thank you guys so much for supporting me throughout, like, just doing all my entertainment and all that, just doing like let's plays, walkthroughs and all that sort of stuff. So I've actually been experimenting quite a lot recently, throughout this year even. My videos have been taking a little bit longer to come out because I'm pacing myself a little bit better instead of like just having videos and then go douche daily. I still try to do daily, but recently it's been like, because it's taken so long to get through the Spyro games in order to get back to a hat in time in order to do the DLC, which, by the way, now the Switch is now not only getting it soon, but it's also getting physical copies, retail physical, not limited edition from Limited Run or Fangamer, the ET, or Indie Box or anything like that, although you can still get like stuff like figurines and plushies from Indie Box, Fangamer, and the ET and all that. The DLC's coming out for the Switch as well as the co-op update getting popped on now. I don't know about PS4 or Xbox One, but they'll be getting put on. I'm just going off at the moment. Kind of like a mini update video as well at this point. These are all unscripted because I just want to get everything off my chest about hitting 1.5k, which again, I want to say thank you for that. So what I was on about with like experimentation, I've done, what if I move over here so I have a bit of stuff to put over here as well as a card in the corner when I talk about them. I did a review of the entire Shantae series when Shantae 5, now known as the 7 Sirens, was recently, and it was like, well, recently-ish announced on Twitter, saying that Shantae 5 is in the works, and from what we can tell from screenshots of gameplay, it's using the same engine as, you know, DuckTales Remastered and Half Genie Hero, so that's cool. But once again, as a certain thing that I did actually mention in that very video, the art style for each game changes, and this time it's more on the anime style, similar to Pirate's Curse, the third Shantae game, but it's a little bit more, it's like a mishmash between the chibi-esque style of Half Genie Hero and Pirate's Curse. It's a little bit more defined in terms of detail and proper proportions instead of exaggerated proportions, if that makes sense. Or, you know, very squished and chibi-esque, as I've already mentioned with Half Genie Hero. Because in that review series, I was pretty much talking about the entire series as a whole, talking about the mechanics, Metroidvania style of gameplay for the most part, and how it changed to a bit more of a side-scrolling feel, which I hope they go back to. Hope they go back to a more Metroid feel for Shantae 5, and obviously in that video I call it Shantae 5 and not Shantae and the 7 Sirens. I also mentioned that Shantae 1 kind of needs a remake to bring it up to the standard of the rest of the series. They keep on referencing the first Shantae game, and yet it's not like the same in terms of quality as all the rest of them of today's standards, if that makes sense. It's still a phenomenal game, it pushes the system to its limits, but as I said, I pretty much bring all my like reasonings into that video as well. So we do like a review of the series, then I'll suggest why the first game needs a remake and all that. And second of all, I had to get on the bandwagon, even though it was also once again a little bit late, like with the Smash Ultimate banners. I also thought, you know what, screw it. If people were like making different gaming clips with Ed, Edd n Eddy sound effects, and I've been using them a lot recently for, you know, Spyro as well as A Hat in Time and stuff like that, I just thought, you know what, let's just take the Tommy versus Robot Tommy from Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel and just put Ed, Edd n Eddy sound effects to that.
What? I ain't touching that.
You're not full, Ralph!
I mean, I've seen like Green Ranger versus White Ranger with that. I've seen Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, Sora versus Roxas with Ed, Edd n Eddy sound effects. So I just thought I'll have to do that myself. And then a video that I was putting off for pretty much like since the beginning of Grand Tour on Amazon started, I also went and like recorded clips from Super Smash Bros. U and Mario Kart Wii, using Mii's of Richard Hammond, Jeremy Clarkson and James May, and pretty much remaking Supermarket Sweep. with Mario Kart Wii and but you know, with Coconut Mall and all that, because the supermarket sweep, and clips from Smash for the conversation parts. So it's like I just wanted to do that kind of tribute, but I kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off for like 3 years. So I got on with that as well. And of course I finally got to the modding showcase series for Hat in Time. Hats off to you, mainly because they introduced a new mode called Challenge Road shortly after the release of DLC 2, the Yakuza Metro, which I've been playing through in my own time, which I'm now done obviously, because now I'm actually recording the main game again. Now I'm covering DLC 1, so we're now up to like 5 challenge roads. We've got all the trophies. We've still been going on with hats off to you for that, and we're back on a Hat in Time again, pretty much like a whole year full circle. And other than that, we pretty much took a half a year to get through all 3 Spyro games, which was not intended. Like, there's so many things that just got like came in the way and stuff. I didn't even play Smash that much. I still haven't unlocked every character yet. I haven't even gone anywhere through the World of Light. Too many games to get through. It's whew. I've finished Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and all that. I've finished, I'm still getting through Starlink now that the new update is out and everything, which I didn't actually touch for like 2 months after the update came out, but I did get the Starlink pilot pack, so I can play as Falco, which is the closest to getting to playing a proper R-Wing with smart bombs. Lord Zed came out recently for Battle for the Grid to wrap up Season 1 of the DLC stuff, which obviously when I brought it, I got the Legacy Edition, so I did get MMPR costume Kimberly and Jason MMPR Red with the Dragon Shield, and Tommy Green Ranger version 2, which is the fan-made version that they used against Scorpion, which funnily enough the same studio made the Ryu Ranger trailer for Legacy Wars, which is the same developers of Battle for the Grid, which is funny because it's a tournament fighter, a proper tournament fighter, really good, and it's probably the best Power Ranger game in years. Not only that, but, you know, it's a tournament fighter, and you have Ryu from one of the most popular and most obvious tournament fighters to mention, Street Fighter, by Capcom, and that was like an official crossover. Why not try and get Ryu in Power Rangers Battle for the Grid? Give him the exact same moveset, make him as complicated as possible, and if people want to play as Ryu, it's basically Ryu, but in his own Ranger suit. That's just a thing. I just want to chuck that idea out right now. So yeah, just a little sprinkle of information right there, but I think it's time to get to some of the bits that you actually want to see. So I've actually had a couple of ideas suggested to me for what I could do for this milestone, but as I said during our 1,000 subscriber special, our 1k subscriber special, where we did Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess Free Heart Hero Challenge, where we went through the Wii U version, Hero Mode, and it's where we take double damage, and we pretty much went through with only 3 hearts. Like I said during that, I wouldn't do something special, like in that big of a grandeur, for like a whole series or something, until we reach 2k subscribers. So I want to leave it for that until we do something big. For this one, wasn't planning on doing a milestone, because I didn't want to, like, you know, have them sprinkled, but since it took a little bit of a while, I feel like a little bit of a sprinkle is in order. So there was a video that I've been meaning to do when it came to light, but I didn't feel like doing it, mainly because it didn't really warrant a 3-minute video, as well as putting an additional video into the playlist, which would make it 41. We are going to grab right now, very delayed, very postponed, the hidden rainbow coin of Donkey Kong 64. Let's get into it. Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here, we're off for more of Donkey Kong 64. A little mini bonus that I'm going to chip into probably a montage video, since I didn't want to dedicate a whole entire episode to this mini edition, because I didn't know that it existed until about 2 years ago, after the LP finished, and I did have a link that went to Blue Hedgehog Man 17's Let's Play that he dedicated to me of Donkey Kong 64, because I told him to go get it for me, but now I'm actually going to go do it for myself, because we're on the exact same file as before. 145 coins for DK, I'm just going to be DK for this particular thing. We want to go back to Fungi Forest and take Whoop 1. There is a rainbow coin that is effectively invisible, but it is entirely possible to get. It's not like many of those like coins in Super Mario 64 that are like in the walls and you have to glitch to get them, and even so you can't get them, or some of the tarot cards that are impossible to get in Disney's Haunted Mansion. it's actually doable to a certain point, and I believe it is over here. Yes, it's near this tag barrel, I'm pretty sure. Because if we walk around here, we should raise up a tad. It might be easier doing it as tiny now I think about it, because then you would notice more of a change in elevation when we're walking around here. I know it's around here somewhere, because if we walk somewhere, we will be on a bit of a dirt mound. There's a dirt mound hidden in this grass somewhere. It's just a matter of finding the spot. Oh! There we are! I'm standing up a little bit higher, you saw that. If I move it back over here a tad, there, I've dropped. This is the spot. This is cheeky! Even if you look down into the grass, you can't actually see it through the block. You just gotta know it's here. It's like those invisible rupees in, like, tufts of long grass blocks such as this. If we use a crystal coconut, of course I've loaded up my file so all my quantities are halved. Yeah, booski! There is a hidden rainbow coin for additional 5 coins for every Kong. Cue that one rainbow coin / dirt mound total up by 1 from the finale video that I do have my usual totals in, because that was one I just never knew. But I'm guessing because people were able to like hack games recently and like, you know, just have a look through, they obviously noticed that, or they just noticed a change of elevation. This is the only one that I'm aware of, and I do not know if there's any of them anywhere else. I could go searching right now, but I doubt I'm going to find it, because there's a lot of long, well, unless I want to dedicate a whole day to doing so, which I'm not a fan of. But this one was most documented. If you just type in like hidden DK coin or something, this would probably be the thing that would come up. But now I have finally covered it, and yeah, I'll just do the shimmy. So yeah, that was obviously brought to light like a few months or even maybe a year after I did the Let's Play. I was planning on going back to do the little segment. It didn't warrant a complete separate video to show that off, so that's why I thought, you know what, I'll wait for the right time and I'll pop it in here so that people can find it if they want, and it's just a little bonus, and it doesn't really matter anything to the game anyway. It's still 100%. I just missed one dirt patch. It gives you 5 coins, and your coins differ no matter what you do, depending on who you buy the potions that affect all Kongs with whoever Kong, because that Kong that you buy the potion that affects all Kongs, like the Simian Slam, that would, you know, that Kong would have a little bit less coins. So everyone's just gone up 5+ coins, and I don't think I missed any other coins anyway. I'm pretty sure I haven't. Maybe I should have checked that first. But now for the big announcement. I haven't actually got anything physically to show you, but that cupboard right over there where my Keyblade and Master Sword are, that is chock-a-block filled with board games. And this was a thing that happened when me, Kazuo Sake, Space Kitsune, the Wilfons, and Connor Meza were all going to meet up together at Declan Kasake as well. We all met up and we were going to play some D&D. Didn't happen, so we played some Smash. We played a bit of stuff on the Switch and all that, and then out of nowhere it's like, why don't we play Game of Life? We played it and it was hella fun. I've also played some games with Stellar Contract as well, and we had some memes going on about that as well with Monopoly and all that, so that's quite funny. So an idea that came between, once again, me and Kazuo Sake, and then a couple other people have chimed in saying we should do it, because we were originally going to live stream that D&D session, is that we were, pretty much a new series I'm going to announce, live stream board games. I don't actually have a name for it right now, but we're probably going to live stream some board game gameplay. I don't know if I'm going to have graphics to show progress for everybody by watching the live stream and editing it, because that's going to be like a 3-hour edit depending on what the game is, especially if it's Game of Life. Obviously it won't be entirely official or following the rules. For one thing, we were doing a 7-player game when it's only a 6-player game, because I have extra cards from a previous board that was kind of ruined, but now I have a better board, and it's the OG Game of Life as well. It's not the original, but I have both the new and the old original Game of Life. I have a bunch of Monopolies. It was just like a bunch of like different ideas to like do, and maybe like I guess you could call D&D, like any D&D, like Pathfinder or Final Fantasy D20, as like board games as well. So that could actually be an idea as well. So that's just going to be like whenever we meet up, or if I'm with someone and if they're fine with it, we could record it, and that would just be like a fun little, well, a fun long like bit. And if obviously I can't live stream it, it'll just be recorded, but you guys will still see it anyway, because even if it's live streamed or not, it will be on the channel in its own playlist, and I'll have to think of a title for it or something, or just Board Games Live or something. I don't know. It's funny because like the only gaming channel that I can think of, even it's even a gaming channel, because they normally have like a separate section for that entirely, is, you know, Cinematica with board games, and that's more of like a review slash skit like plot take on board games, but it's basically like the nerd, but not the nerd, playing board games. And there was another one as well, but we're not going to talk about him because there was like there's been many problems with YouTube as well for this past year, and I'm not talking about YouTube itself, but also YouTubers. So we're not going to get into that because that has been a little bit of a sour spot for all of us. And now we're having the VGOST apocalypse happening as well, so that's going down in the YouTube scene. And yet, once again, Nintendo being like the weirdness that they have with anything online, they don't have like a good method on getting their OSTs elsewhere. That's why those channels existed. It's also kind of surprising that it didn't happen earlier, considering that, you know, they go for YouTube channels that have certain music playing at certain points in the videos anyway, but the all full videos, that wasn't a problem. They could have easily monetized the music instead of taking it down, but I can see why. It's just a little bit late on... A little bit late? No, a huge amount late. Very late, fashionably late, on actually dealing with this particular stuff, but it was never on anyone's mind because you can't get the music elsewhere. So yeah, this video was all over the place. I didn't really have like a script for this. I just wanted to sit down, take the time, say thank you once again for 1.5 subscribers. Thank you for supporting me. Please check the Patreon, since I still have a couple of game codes to give away. And yeah, there's not really much else for me to say other than thank you for 1.5k subscribers. I'm glad that you still enjoy my videos to this day. I'm glad that all you have stuck around since the beginning. I know it's not like a big milestone, but as long as I'm making somebody happy, as long as someone's watching my hobby, basically, a hobby that I like to put a lot of time into because I just enjoy doing it that much, it's fine. And yeah, it's like not big, our own little corner, it's not a problem. I hope to talk to you on the Discord, link in the description below, and I'll see you guys next time for anything that we do on the channel as well, and we'll have something planned for 2k. Keep those suggestions coming because I might actually get to them. See you guys then.